Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here, welcome back to another Blue Archive video. So let's talk about the Escort drill currently right now in this particular season. What is it going to be all about? So if you guys are not aware, we do have the enemy's defense type being red type, alright, light armor. And this season, if you are looking at the amount of special perks that we have, special students do more damage, striker students deal less damage. Now there are a few exceptions. For example, dress Hina is still going to do a lot despite being a striker student, but most special students are going to do better than striker. Alright, so special students is going to shine right here. Characters like Hibiki, Nagisa, etc. I'll give you guys a little bit of options later on. Decrease the enemy's HP but increase their defense. So if you have characters that reduce defense for the enemy, those are going to shine right there. So with that, let's give you guys a little bit of options for what is going to, or who is going to be the best characters moving forward. Now Nagisa is by far one of the best special students. As you can see, she even have the terrain advantage. If you don't have your own Nagisa, that's fine. You can always go to the assistant, borrow right here, right? There'll be players that they'll be willing to lend up their Nagisa for you to be able to use, right? But ideally, I recommend using Nagisa. If you have your own one, you can borrow one more for Team 2, and then that's going to be, Team 3, you can run something else like Hibiki or something. But besides Nagisa and Hibiki, those two are obvious reasons, right? For red special students, we also got Maid Yuzu, which is a welfare character. I will show you guys how to use her. And of course, Swimsuit Miyu, again, both has terrain advantage as well. Very, very good. Now, these are welfare characters. If you miss out on them, you didn't play during the previous event period or whatever, then that's too bad, right? But still, you can always use those as an option. So Nagisa, Hibiki, Maid Yuzu, Swimsuit Miyu, those are going to be the notable ones. And of course, if you happen to build her, Swimsuit Hinata, decent option. I guess Minori can be used as well, right? So this is, I didn't build mine, but she can be a little bit expensive. But if you want to use her, I guess she's going to be a decent option. Now let me show you guys this first strategy on how to do this, right? First team, very simple, very straightforward. We got Nagisa, we got Serena just to heal the robot in the middle to escort, and then we got Shun to basically give the cost. Alright, so Shun is going to give us a bunch of cost early on, and then we got Wapi, our Sakurako pop idol. She's going to be there buffing Nagisa. Again, if you guys are not aware, she basically gives crit and crit damage. Now if you don't have Wapi, you can just use like a full roster with Nagisa in here. You can replace with anyone else, but ideally you want a healer, you want a Nagisa or a red student special, and then you want a Shun right here for cost regen, or just bring like cost regen, right, in that case, like Cherino or something. Ideally, Nagisa is going to do a lot of damage. As you can see, alright, starting off, you just want to go with, wait for a little bit, chill a little bit. We're gonna go with the Wapi right here, crit rate and crit damage increase, and then go with Nagisa in the middle. Nagisa perfectly sets it up. She will be able to do a lot of damage, right? And then we're gonna cycle through. We're gonna go Serena to the boss, and then we're gonna go Nagisa again, right? So hopefully we get 2 times. So as you can see, we are already we are already almost done. So now we get 3 more characters. So wait a little bit, wait 6 costs, then do it again. Buff with Idol, Sakurako, and Nagisa. Okay, so gonna chill for a little bit and then cycle through. Alright, so and then we got 1 robot down, and then Nagisa is gonna go in again. So the self-initializing is going to be a little bit annoying, but usually, right, as you can see, if you are able to do it consistently, your idol Sakurako don't have to be 5-star or anything. Just make sure the EX skill has to be level 5. Alright, this is going to be, a strat that you can pull off easily. You can see Nagisa doing a bunch of damage. Now, obviously, I'm sure you guys want to look at a few other strategies, right? So we're going to talk about a few other strategies. I'm going to show you guys how to approach these normally. So obviously, there's like a super speed run strat, right? You want to beat it with a few teams. Now let me show you guys a little bit of a different variants of the strategy, right? So we got 2 other strategy right here. Again, like I mentioned, Maid Yuzu can be replaced with either Nagisa or a friend's one you can borrow, or you can use Hibiki right here. But I'm going to use Maid Yuzu just to show you guys, a little bit of advantage right here. So we got Himari right here. Himari is going to be, this is going to give you cost regen. Alright, very, very important. We want that. And also Himari's attack buff is going to go towards the robot, right? The robot is going to get that buff. And then in your striker slot, you have to make sure you have 1 healer. Alright, Mary Idol If you pull for her, she's gonna be very strong. If you don't have her, other option is gonna be Koharu or Kokona. Alright, either one of those two going to work just fine. And then we have Sarika. Sarika is just there for cost cycle. Any 2 core students can be in this slot, right? It doesn't matter, but I just bring her because she's a red type and hopefully she does more damage. Now the one that you need is going to be Suzumi. Now why Suzumi in particular? She doesn't need to be high level or anything, she's just there to stun the boss. You can see she has the ability to stun the boss. Now the boss is going to constantly heal and try to do like massive damage. You want to stun them during that period. And of course, last but not least, Azusa is going to be there for a passive decrease defense right here, right? So sometimes we want to decrease the boss defense. If you don't have Azusa for the passive decrease defense, you can also use I think Haruna New Year, right? New Year Haruna also has something similar. She also have that as well. So anyone with passive decrease defense is going to be good in this particular one. From New Year Haruna is going to be right here, right? So there's that. Those are the options. But I'm going to show you guys how this skill works or how this team works. We got Maid Yuzu, Himari, and Idol Mary right there. Again, Idol Mary is really good. If you guys did pull for her, this is going to be one of the situations where, you know, take advantage of her and she shines in particular. If not, Koharu works, any healer is gonna work, right? Even if you want to use Idol or what's the other Mary? Tracksuit Mary. So start off with Maid Yuzu going to the middle. Look at this. Boom. Okay. Now we're gonna use Himari on the robot. The robot is attacking, so buff the robot. Go Idol Mary on the robot. Okay, get ready with Suzumi. When the boss do this concentrated gunfire, we stun them. Stun. Zoop. So that way, they don't do as much damage to the robot. Go in with Maid Yuzu again. Boom. Okay, chill for a little bit. Chill for a little bit. Sarika to cycle through. Then we can use Idol Mary to heal. Then now we Himari buff. Okay. Now Maid Yuzu again. Okay, wait, Suzumi first. We stun them or else they're gonna do a lot of damage. Every time you see the concentrated gunfire thing, just stun them for that period, right? Heal. Okay, we chill for a little bit. Chill for a little bit. Sarika, cycle. Okay. So now buff Himari. Okay, stun again. So you see that repairing program, whatever, you stun them during that period so that they don't repair themselves, they don't heal themselves, right? And then just this guy, we just Azusa single target him. Okay, GG. Alright, that's how you do it with this team, right? Never underestimate Maid Yuzu, right? Maid Yuzu is like, she's so chill and boom, she does explosive damage right here. Okay, next up, we're gonna use a different strategy right here with Hibiki, Mary for the shield, and then we're gonna use same concept with the first team, right? So Tsubaki for the taunt instead of Suzumi, we use Tsubaki right there. Instead of Azusa, we got Akane to basically reduce defense, Cherino for the cost regen, Kokona for the heal. Alright, very similar concept. As you can see, Hibiki is going to be the damage dealer instead. Okay. So, let's go. So Hibiki is going to be very strong. So Mary is going to be there to provide shield, right? So we're going to try to hit everyone. So aim. Shoo. Alright, go with Coconut. And then Mari to shield up the robot. Okay, and then Akane go to the middle robot. So we reduce defense. And then Hibiki with the hyper explosion. Coconut with the heal again. Then Mary with a shield. Robot goes to the front. This guy is a little bit high HP, so I'm gonna try to get rid of him first. What's the best approach, right? Something like this maybe. Okay, so Coconut again, I want to heal the robot. Try to use Coconut skill as often as you can. So that way we got the we're gonna get the skill later on, right? The reduction in skill thing. Okay, how do I do this? I'm gonna do something like that. Coconut. Okay, so now we got the EX skill. Okay. Akane towards this guy. I want to get ready with Hibiki taunt. I think it's just going to be a matter of time. before the boss is going to heal, I want to have the taunt when that happens, right? Okay, Akane towards the middle robot. Hibiki is gonna do this. Kokona is gonna heal up. Okay, Tsubaki with the taunt. I saw the initializing thing. Okay, so Mary with the shield. Actually, no. We just go Akane now. And then one more Hibiki should be enough. Do this. Okay, so this is how you do it now. A little bit tight for the timing, but I'm sure you can get better positioning and stuff. I don't know why the robot moves to the front though. If anybody knows, let me know, right? Because like sometimes that happens. But yeah, this strat is going to, as you can see, be carried by Hibiki right there. Feel free to use the other characters as well, or borrow Nagisa, right? Now last one, I have a bonus strategy for you guys using Dress Hina. Okay, so the last strat, obviously this is going to be something that a lot of you guys can utilize easily. We got Dress Hina with Swimsuit Hoshino. Koharu is going to be the healer. Ui is going to be our cost reduction right there. You cannot use New Year Fuuka because you gotta use Akko and Kisaki, right? But Ui doesn't synergize well with Dress Hina as far as I know, because she doesn't work twice because of how Dress Hina's skills work. But it's still going to be more than good enough in this particular strategy if you know what you're doing, right? So all you need to do is just hyper buff Dress Hina. Don't worry too much about the robot, and we can basically just do everything else afterwards. Start off with Swimsuit Hoshino, and then go with Ui on Dress Hina. So we're just gonna do that for now, and then we wait for a little bit. So this is where you want to go with Koharu first. We're gonna heal the robot, so hopefully we don't get too much. Akko, and then Kisaki and Dress Hina, right? So this is where we're gonna try to hit 3. You ideally can. It's going to be a little bit tricky like that. Boom, 1. Hit the main guy, and this one, 2. Just gotta aim a little bit. 3. Okay. So now go with Ui again. Go with Koharu again. Go with Akko and Kisaki. And then we're gonna go Dress Hina again, right? Dress Hina again. Now we get rid of these 2, hopefully. 1, 2. Oh crap, you lag. 3. Okay, so back to Swimsuit Hoshino. Back to Koharu. Make sure the robot is healthy. I guess we don't use Ui this time. We just go with this. And then go with Kisaki. Go with Dress Hina. Okay, never mind. Yep. So that's how you do it with Dress Hina. If you guys would prefer to use this strategy, this works as well, but it's going to require quite a lot of all of these characters, which some of you guys may or may not have. Some of these students, you can borrow Dress Hina, but of course the others, it depends on if you have those or not, right? Koharu can be replaced with Kokona as well in this particular strat. I don't see why there will be a problem. Alright, feel free to experiment with that. So hopefully you guys have an idea of how you can beat this season's drill. That's gonna be it for this particular video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And as per usual, if you guys haven't already, subscribe, give this video a like. Have a nice day. Goodbye.